Hi everybody! We continue the comfy music. Welcome in Bob, welcome in Flash, welcome in Mama Hades, welcome in Cole, welcome in Jay, welcome in Spiral King, welcome in Lo-Fi. Hi everybody! How are y'all doing today? Welcome. Thank you, Mama Hades. I really appreciate it. Hi, Mr. Katzola. How am I doing? I'm doing good. I thought originally on the calendar I was gonna play Silent Hill F on Thursday because I was gonna work from home. But like at 3 a.m. our apartment got like really hot. I guess because we're like on the higher floor and it just got really hot. And so it was just really hard to fall back to sleep. So I was like, oh no. So I ended up just swapping my work from home day from today from Thursday. That way I could sleep. I still did some work, but I was like, man, that was rough. So I was like, today we're just gonna hang out and chill. Just vibe, honestly. I was like, I have no capacity to like do puzzles. No puzzles, no. Welcome in, Mike. And welcome in, Hades. You brought the Excaliburs. I just imagine that one video where that one guy, he like makes his drones, or he covers his drones with like swords, and then he just like moves his hands, and then he's like moving swords. I just got back yesterday from a 5-day Catholic event that's considered the largest Catholic gathering in the world. I think it's 20,000 attendees. By far one of the best experiences of my life. That's so exciting, Spiral King. I imagine it was very edifying. You get to have some good godly talks, get to like talk to other people, stuff like that. Was it like held somewhere like super far away from you or something? You were in the ads. Oh, you were the one in the ads. I thought Bob was just trapped in the ads. It's like, no, Bob. Confined. Dang, spot the Bob. It was in Ohio, and I'm from Illinois. Trying to remember where that even is on the map. Also, the Pope made a video for the attendees to see. That's crazy. The Pope making a cameo. I mean, it's not like anything super crazy. It's just like making a video and then like, hi everybody, thanks for coming to the event. Blah blah blah. Blah. But it's just kind of funny. Dang, Bob just flexing. He's in the ad in the conference. Imagine if he wasn't even actually in the ads and he was just like sending us on a goose chase. Right next to Pennsylvania. Okay, I kind of know where that is now. Thanks, Mama Hades. I literally looked at the US map the other day. Already forgot. Gone. It's a college-specific event called Seek. I wonder if anyone's ever brought that up. This sounds familiar, but not too much. That's cool though. I'm glad that you went. I imagine since you were in the ad, Bob, did you also go? Or you just in the ad? Bob the Buildist peak cameo. No! How did you even get in the ad then? Was the ad just like part of like old stuff? Like old conference footage? Old reels? That's funny. I'm glad you had a good time, Spiral King. I always feel like getting to talk to like other, I don't know, it's kind of like stream. You get to talk to other people from around the world or around the US too. And then you just get to like talk about God and learn into each other's like testimonies and like deepen your faith, or get to just talk to other people. It's really cool. Oh, hires college students so they market there. You know what? That makes sense. That makes sense. I just like Bob sending us on a ruse. Just kidding, Bob. That's cool. Put that on your resume. I'm in this one specific like ad. Seek is 97% college kids. We had badges with their university on them. Basically, everyone had a university name on theirs. See, the more we talk about it, the more I feel like, it sounds so familiar. I wonder if any of our university, because we have a few Christian orgs on our campus. I would have to ask somebody on campus. Mom just pointed out that you don't have a nose, and now I can't unsee it. It's very small. Hold on, I gotta zoom and enhance. I do have a nose. It's very small. But it's there. It's kind of funny because I was gonna like start stream like just with my face here. I was like, yeah, we chilling. And then you become, look at that. Boom. But then I was like, that doesn't work with the chair. It's the chair right behind me. If I cover the chair. Cutting you is so tiny. Yeah. I realized that I can't put a chair behind you. Usually I can because I have the chair asset. But I made this scene in Canva. So I added everything in the actual image. That way we wouldn't have to be like, I don't know, layered. But then I realized, I was like, oh, there's no tiny chair for you. No tiny chair. Oops. There we go. I think Junie mentioned it before. I could see that. This was like also a Catholic event. But oh, unless you meant my nose being like so tiny. This is how this pre-made model showed up. I guess you could adjust the nose, but I was like, this works. I thought you meant you. The cariños can change sizes. How do you do it? That's funny. Whoa. I'm just gonna leave myself there. Like that. I don't know, I thought today we just like hang out and yap. I was writing things down of like what I want to do for this year. I have the calling, the voice. I still need to turn in the voice lines. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. If you're maining me in the calling, I don't know if I have any like generic voice lines, because someone said they really like my voice lines, but I was like, I haven't submitted them, so I don't know what voice lines you're talking about. Whatever voice you're hearing out of my model is not me. It's fake me. Then we have the Minecraft. My job, I guess sometimes, some days we'll do some like Minecraft upgrades. I don't know how to like do a lot of stuff in Minecraft, but I feel like this is it. This is the arc. I used to be like, I'm bad at Minecraft. Now I'm gonna be like, no, I'm getting better at Minecraft. New attitude unlocked. Getting better at Minecraft. Yeah, that's it. That's the vibe. So I gotta like, maybe I'll ask my friends, my D&D friends too. Can you teach me the ways? Because we said we're gonna visit Minecraft, so I probably should watch some videos. I'm gonna make that. Watch videos to make stuff. I think I forgot what, like, I know you could be like in creative mode and then you could have all the objects, but I think our Minecraft for the Christian server is that it's not creative mode and I have to make all my stuff. So I'm like, beans. So I gotta at least figure out how to make my house. We put some rocks down. I hope no one has like put something above my house. My house in the making. And then add some topics. God redeems it. He didn't cause it, but God redeems it. Mom likes the model. Well, thank you, Mama. I appreciate it. I worked hard customizing it. Because this is the Prism model. I can't remember if Sully got to show hers off. Mayhaps. Because it's Christmassy themed. But I worked on this one to match myself. I kind of have like another one in the works. Because they had an update. So I'm like... moving things around. So I was like, okay, well I made my other face on the new update look more like my model. I mean, they still look pretty similar. But I like made it like, okay, more and more. But they have like, I guess the new update has like a weird thing where it's just my head. I don't know how to get the body pinned back to it, which seems like an issue for a few people. So I gotta figure that out. That's why I haven't like showed it. Not yet, sadly. Beans. That's okay. It'll be worth the wait. I've seen it. So I'm like, ah, kawaii. Now we'll be VTuber siblings in an indirect way. My sister in Christ and my prism sister. That's funny. Let's see. I put in our Bible study tab in the Discord. This one lady, it's kind of interesting how like sometimes I'll watch some people and I'm like, they have really good wisdom, or like really like cool. Like they're, I don't know, they're just fun. They're not like, I don't know, cringe. Like a lot of media online is. And this one lady I watch, I forgot her name, but I put her in the Bible study tab. I found out she was Christian the other day. I was like, what? That's crazy, but so cool, but makes so much sense. She ties her home so well. What a godly woman. And she was talking about like, cause I guess she's been talking about more of her faith in videos. People are like, can't believe this. Why would you do this? So I like the video that she posted, because she was just like, her house burned down like 3 years ago, and then someone came out to help them like rebuild, and the guy told her about his church, and then they went and they really liked it, and then they got back on fire for God, on fire for Christ. So they really like got back into their faith. And then since they had kids, they kind of showed their kids, you know, guided them. And her daughter started a Bible study, and then one of her friends getting baptized, all by her own choice, all by her own means. I was like, that was so cool. But I like what she said in the video. She was like, God didn't burn my house down, but he redeemed it. I was like, that's a bar. That's so true. So I wrote that down before I forget it now. God didn't cause blank, but God sure did redeem it. So I'm like, wow, I really like that. I feel like that's a good way to like counter when people are like, but God did all this bad stuff. It's like, no. God didn't do the bad stuff, but he does redeem it. I like that a lot. I was like, wow, this is so, wow. So I shared that in the Bible study tab. Hi, Zendor. Welcome, man. I hope you're doing well today. I love hearing people's stories, like where they see the positive and not negative. It does take some practice, but I think it's really powerful when you do see the rainbow, the light at the end of the tunnel, the rainbow after the storm, you know. And it's one of those things where the calamity, just when hard times strike, they come to an end, you know. They come to an end. Sometimes they're hard to endure during that time, but they do come to an end, which is so nice. You know, we have seasons, and some seasons are rougher than others, but God is so good to see us through each season. So I think that's really awesome and wonderful that we can like still focus on the positive even when we're going through negatives, because God is still good and he is on our side, and that's a giant positive. Got a sore on your tongue? Oh no. No. How do you get a sore on your tongue? Dang. I hope that you have a speedy recovery, Zendor. I almost felt like I was sick this morning, because I was telling chat earlier in the stream. We're just chilling because I'm kind of still tired. Like, I'm still like, woo, but I'm also like, ooh. Woo. Because we woke up. I can't remember. I know we wrapped up stream, but like Sir Derpy was like popping off, and so I was like, oh, this is really good. So I started doing some cleaning while I was listening to Sir Derpy, and I'm glad that I was there to still stay in the stream, because someone was very interested in, you know, learning more about God. They weren't a believer, but now they're kind of like in this limbo where they do want to believe and they do want to follow Jesus. And so it was really awesome that we could like talk to them, but I think they're more like Spanish fluent, so I got to be there to help like translate some stuff and kind of convey what other people were saying. And it was just really awesome, and so that was really cool, to like double check and like send some stuff. We talk about scripture and the gospel and like how much God loves this person. So they left really uplifted. So I was like, wow, it's so beautiful. And so I feel like we fell asleep probably like 11 to 12. But then the apartment got really hot at some point and then just kept being hot. So that was a bummer. So we ended up staying up late. So I woke up at like 1, fell back to sleep, woke up at like 3, and then didn't fall back to sleep until like 5 to 6 in the morning. I was like, no. Christ. But I felt like my throat was getting like dry or raspy, and I was like, oh man, sleep heals and I can't sleep. So okay, I finally fell back to sleep and then did some work today, but I was like, oh man, that's okay. We bounced back. You know, yesterday was a pretty good like fluent day of work, and then we bounced back. I did what I could today, so that's good. And I'm glad that the opportunity was still there to like swap my days around. It was fine. I used to say the negative, unfortunately, but God showed me the positives. Everything, there's always a positive side, and that's okay. You know, sometimes you get used to a habit, and that's just what becomes comfortable. But you know, it's good that God works on us slowly but surely in His timing, to show us like, hey, maybe we do not focus on the negatives but on the positives, you know. And it does take some time, because like I remember when people like cough and stuff on planes, I'm like, ah. But then I've just come to, I mean, I bring my own like mask at this point, but I just start praying for people, you know, like I'm just like, oh, this woman sitting in front of me, she's coughing, but then I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna pray for her and pray for her health, and you know, the crying baby, I'm gonna pray that this crying baby be comforted, be able to sleep, you know, all this stuff. It's kind of, it does take some practice, but like putting forth, like instead of complaining, you pray about things, or you pray over people. Instead of being like grumpy, you try to think about what you're grateful for so far in the day. Because that was something I learned in like college, even like before really becoming a Christian, where I remember someone said something in the beginning of the day and I was so upset about it. I was just so angry that, you know, it clouds your vision of everything else in the day, until we had like a birthday party for someone in the admissions office, because I had worked at the admissions office in college. And you know, everyone was like so joyous and like all these things, and I was like, why am I still upset about this thing that somebody told me today? You know, I've let one thing from someone else influence the whole day, when it could have just been that moment in time and just let it go, but I didn't. And then everyone was just like celebrating, and I was like, obviously I'm not like upset at these people around me, so I was just like, I gotta let this go so I can enjoy this piece of cake and enjoy this party, you know, because like this was already like at 4 p.m. and I was pretty ticked off at like 10 a.m. or something. So that was so much of the day wasted so long ago. So I try to like turn things around when I can, or at least try to help God help me in those moments where sometimes things get really dark and you're like, but then it's like, oh, wait, reel it back. I also really overheated last night. Very, very pitiful sleep. Had a really funny dream though. Me and Bob just couldn't sleep. May the Lord bless our sleep this morning, or not this morning, this coming night. It was kind of funny because at around 4 o'clock, I was just like, Lord, I'm not gonna ask that you just like beam me to sleep, but let me be in your presence and let me be able to just like, you know, be at the foot of the cross. Let me be at your feet, Lord, so I can just like seek rest for the weary. And I kind of feel like that's been really helpful. Just me asking to be in the God's presence, or God putting His presence upon me, you know, because we could always waltz into God's presence. And that was really nice, because I felt like I was starting to drift into sleep, and then I fell asleep. I feel like I also had crazy dreams. I'm a very vivid dreamer. Vice likes to fall asleep before me because if he doesn't, I'm just like in my sleep, and sometimes he's concerned if he should wake me up or not. It's just really funny. I appreciate it though. But that's true. I do go. I've never heard myself do it. I've only one time. Like I remember, I was like kind of awake, kind of asleep, and I laughed, and then I woke up. But that's it. I don't think I've ever heard myself go. Hi, Magic and Twilight. Hi, Yellow Muster. Welcome, man. I hope you're both doing well today. There's a sudden warm spike across the planet or something. Also, just felt a little warm. Turned on my bedside fan. Thank. I know it's kind of it was kind of funny because Vice was like, "Man, why is it like overheating in the winter?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's just how the days go, I guess." Well, we also live on a higher floor, so that just kind of happens as well, I guess. Where I live, it's 70 degrees on Christmas. The day before and after, we're below freezing. The world's temperature is bizarre right now. That's wild. At least you got nice weather on Christmas Day rather than not Christmas Day, I guess. Here's a daily dad joke. Have you ever heard of El Magnifico, the Great Spanish Magician? At his last performance, he waved his wand and said "uno, dos," and poof, he was gone without a without a trace. That was pretty good, Yellow Mustard. I've never heard that before. You should write your own dad joke book. Hi, Justin User. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Psalm 4:8. In peace I will both lie down and sleep. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. So true. Amen to that. Oh, and chapter verse. Thank you for sharing that. I feel like I also was. Did I see the same? No, it was Philippians. It was Philippians yesterday, not Psalms. It was still pretty good. The Lord's word is so good. Today's verse of the day. Oh, I was looking at it earlier. I have like screenshotted so many things from my Bible study app just to talk about. That's why I've been writing down like, okay, what should I do? Oh no, it's okay, Justin. There's nowhere like very like clear. Also, chapter verse always kind of randomizes which translation it goes to. I set it to NIV, but it doesn't just do NIV. So it's kind of funny. It'll just go from random ones. There we go. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. Yeah, I forgot. I think it was Falcon Omega who recommended the chapter verse bot. So I was like, oh, let's look into it. That way when we were having like Bible study streams or we like talk about it, we'll just be able to like put the verse in and the chapter verse will just like push it out. That way no one's just like copy pasta, look up, blah, blah, blah. We just like throw it out there. Romans 2, 1 Corinthians, 1 John, and then poof. Which is pretty cool. Today's verse of the day is from Isaiah 60, verse 1. Arise, Jerusalem, let your light shine for all to see, for the glory of the Lord rises to shine on you. So true. For more than a decade, my favorite verse has been Psalm 51, 10-12. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a steadfast spirit within me. Do not cast me away from your presence, and do not take your Holy Spirit from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and sustain me with a willing spirit. So true. That's crazy that you shared that, Xander. Not like crazy, but like that was the verse when we raided over to Sir Derpy. That was the verse that he went over yesterday. So like that was the selected verse for yesterday. So that's like, wow, we bring it over literally the next day over. If I ever stream on Twitch, gotta get this bot. That is so cool. Right, I didn't realize, because there was another bot, but I think it got, like, out of commission. So I was like, oh, man. And then Falcon, in godly timing was like, use this one. And I was like, oh, perfect. Thank you. Hi, Dwayne. You're my favorite VTuber of all time. Oh, thank you. That means a lot to me. I appreciate it. I'm like, wow. Wow. People's Oshi's crazy. What if I asked for the entirety of the Psalms? I think it really, shortest chapter of the Bible. I don't know. Maybe not put the period after 117. Maybe. Perhaps. Oh no, there are some times where people ask for bigger bits and then it cuts it off somewhere and then you have to ask for the latter half. Come on, chapter bot. Dang. It also might be due to like Twitch message limitations. I forgot about that. Maybe you could have asked for the entirety of Psalms, but the character limit for a Twitch message is only so long. Dang. Guess you have to include all the verses as well as the chapter. Yeah. It was funny. Someone ended up saying something and they typed it out and they didn't even put like a chapter. They just put like a number in like some kind of like the colon. And so like, you know, like how you write out time. I forgot what someone said in chat. But it was so funny because it ended up pulling a verse anyways. And I'm just like pulling some like Bible verse from Isaiah. And I was like, wow, what a banger verse. Just on like randomized. That's pretty cool. Hi, Cold Coffee. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. I always love when we go raid over somebody. People are like, Cold Coffee. Tuesday. They just talk about the day and it's like, well, tomorrow's Tuesday. Psalms 119, 1 through 176. It goes all the way to 1 through 6. Ah. Alright, so maybe it can only do like chunks of like 6 to 6. Well, I guess maybe just 6. How blessed are those whose way is blameless, who walk in the law of Yahweh. How blessed are those who observe his testimonies. They seek him with all their heart. They also do not work unrighteousness. They walk in his ways. You have commanded us to keep your precepts diligently. On my ways. Oh, my ways be established to keep your statutes. Then I shall not be ashamed when I look upon your commandments. Psalm 119, 1 through 6. So true. I like Acts 20 to 9 through 12 because a man falls asleep and dies during Paul's servant and Paul revives him to keep preaching. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's one. That's pretty funny. He just dies and he's like, no, I'm not done yet. Hi, Diddle. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Is it because the 9 is too close to the semicolon? Sometimes Bible bots are a little picky. Maybe that works. Come on, Bible bot, you got this. Do it. Do it. Maybe it has to be closer. Sometimes it's a hit or miss. Hold on, I'm just gonna copy it. Now you're disrespecting the broadcaster. We trusted you, Babblebot. Betrayal. There we go. Seated in a window is a young man named Eutychus, who was sinking into a deep sleep as Paul talked on and on. And he was sound asleep. He fell to the ground from the 3rd story and was picked up dead. I forgot he was asleep on a window and then like, whoop. Paul went down, threw himself on the young man, and put his arms around him. Don't be alarmed, he said. He's alive. Then he went upstairs again and broke bread and ate. After talking until daylight, he left. And then people took the young man home and were greatly comforted. Imagine just like Paul just like yep, 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 yep. Godly yaps. This man just falls out the window, dies. And then Paul's like, halt the yaps. Goes down. Brings him back to life. Goes back up like it's no biggie. I mean, at that point, all the disciples, you know, were using their gifts as they should. So it's just like, it's another Tuesday for Paul. This is wild. I'm doing not half bad. My foot's doing better. Yeah. Still a bit of limping, but it's not much pain. Oh, it's much less pain than yesterday. That's good. That's a good start. Unfortunate, it's still hurting, but that's a good start. I always feel like once it starts going in the opposite way of hurting less than hurting more, that's always really good. Just gotta keep icing it. If it's still a little painful, just having some like painkillers. Just a little. One of my favorite romance animes premiered 3 years ago today, and season 2 was announced. Oh, which was it? Was it Yona the Dawn? No, Yona the Dawn was super long time ago. But it did get its next season, so I'm like, wow. Always hope. At this point, like, if you can get Silk Song after so many years, there's still hope for your next part of your anime. Was it because the verse wasn't at the end of the post? I'm not sure. Maybe we have to keep toggling it a little bit. How did you become Christian? So I fell asleep on a windowsill during a sermon. And I like died. Probably wondering how I got here. So I had this funny thing happen where I died. That's also like, I feel like also in itself a warning of like, don't fall asleep on a windowsill on the 3rd floor. That's crazy. He must have felt so like comfort, so much comfort. I don't know. I just imagine like a rock window. And just like a whoop. Oh, the angel next door spoils me rotten. Oh wow! I've never watched that one. I know of it. I heard it's good, but I haven't watched it. Maybe I should watch it now that season 2 is gonna come out. This is why we don't sleep in church. Be careful, Cariños. You fall asleep on your pew. Before you know it, when you lean forward, you'll end up in the back rooms. I don't imagine anyone's church is on the 3rd floor, but me realizing I have a lot of things in common with this fool the Bible keeps bringing up. You just like look in the mirror and it's a clown face. You're like, I am the fool. That's okay. Sometimes we are the fool, but that's because we fall short of the glory of God. And that's okay. God still loves us anyway. That's why God's wisdom is so good. So kino, as people would say. Yeah, I bonked my head on the pew in front of me once. I mean, you know, that's one way to get waked up. At least you didn't fall out of your, like, seat and then fall into a different dimension, you know. That would have been crazy. What a way to wake it back up. Be like, bonk. You're like, go minute. And I feel like if you bonk yourself, people around you are gonna see you like, oh, that guy, he need more sleep. Need more sleep before coming to church. Isekai pew. It's the last place you would have thought. That's funny. I'm pretty awake. There's only a few times where I'm like, man, I need to sleep better because I'm sleepy. But I also take a lot of notes during church, so I don't really get tired during church. Because I'm always like writing down notes because I'm like, ooh, that'd be good for stream. Let us pray. Just sound of someone bonking against wood in the back of the church. When moments are quiet, man. Alright, this is our learning lesson for the day. Make sure you get good rest before you go to church on Sunday, or you're gonna go bonk. Don't be bonking yourself at church. At some point, they'll make like an analogy out of you being asleep. Like you're not being like asleep, or being asleep in the spirit, just bonking yourself at the at your church. That is crazy. That is funny though. Remember, don't sleep. Do not sleep at church. You'll probably miss something pretty good. I don't think I've ever seen anyone fall asleep at church. Maybe my friend Zach, because he sits next to me, and I have this memory that like he was getting sleepy. That I like nudged his arm, and I was like, "E, you look like you're going to fall asleep." Sleep is for the weak, and we are all so weak. So true. That was my like my motto for college, because you would always hear like sleep is for the weak, and then my motto in college was like sleep is for the weak, and I am very weak. Man, how can you have a sleep schedule in college? Well, I'm trying to give advice to my students now that like if you want to stay up or like you want to like study, what you can do is just like wrap up your day, sleep for 6 hours, and then wake up like early and start studying, you know? And then like make sure you're like eating and hydrating. I like what Sir Derpy said. Like, we have this desire to do this full time, but the Lord has us where we need to be. And it looks like Derpy is working with younger children, and I work with college students. But I also want to make more content for college students. I have a whole list. Not enough time. But all in the Lord's timing, not my own. Daycare children? No, I think he works at a school. But I can't remember. I have seen someone fall asleep in church. You just pray for them. At that point, you just pray for them to get better sleep. Captain America sitting down in the chair. So, you fell asleep at church. That's funny. You're like, Captain America, why are you here? This is very serious. That's why I'm here. Pretty sure he works with special ed children. Yes, that's true. He did talk about that. I don't remember if it was daycare or just like, in general, at a school. The Lord puts us where we can work best. Which is pretty nice. I like working with college students because I feel like college builds a lot of despair. And there's so much intensity and just a burden on your back when you're a college student. When it doesn't need to be that way, you know? A lot of my students are trying to rush out in like 3 years or even less. I'm just like, you can slow it down, man. I'll try to tell my freshmen, don't copy the upperclassmen. They'll be like, yeah, do all this stuff, and then don't tell you the burnout of the results of doing all that stuff. I was like, you do your own thing. You think for yourself. You critically think for yourself what you want and what you think is best, and then you go for it. Don't be mimicking and copying somebody else. That's how you end up like the sophomore friend. I had one of my students where she was like, yeah, that my sophomore friend's taking like 18 hours. We never see her. And I'm just like, you don't have to be taking 18 hours as a sophomore. Because by the time you hit your next semester, either the second year of sophomore year or into your junior year, you're checked out. Your brain is like, why did we do the Olympics in one semester? Now you go into your next semester, gone. Your brain fried. I mean, to be fair, the MCU confirmed Steve Rogers is Christian. Oh, really? That's cool. Big W. I love that. I hope there's more MCU characters who are also following Christ. That'd be really epic. I don't know enough about like Marvel or MCU or any kind of like superhero stuff to like know. I forgot there's this one artist on Twitter that I think Junie follows. Maybe some of the other Evangeli girl follows. I forgot how I was checking out their portfolio. Probably just bookmarking like art for the future. But I like that they drew a lot of anime characters at like church. And then like they had some of my favorite anime characters just like holding rosaries and just like being at church, hanging out with Jesus. I was like, wow, that's cool. I love that. In the Avengers, he says there's only one god, ma'am, and I don't think he dresses like that in reference to Loki. Whoa! That's cool. I love that. It's pretty. What a big win. Hi, Rabbit. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. I think Steve is an Irish Catholic. Steve Irish? I don't know. I don't know Avengers lore. I don't know any lore. I just watch the movies. Which is kind of like the flip side of like, I just watched like the anime versus reading the manga. I've only watched like the movies, which would be like the anime placeholders for like Western books, Western comics. Wow, wild. Wild. Oh, I also watched that Chainsaw movie, Rabbids. I know that you watched it a while back, but I finally got around to watching it. It's pretty good. It was kind of funny. Vice was telling me like the author watched the movie and then in retrospect was like, how could this happen to you, Denji? That's so sad. It was like, wait, I wrote this. Or something like that. Imagine watching your character being like, how could you go through tragedy? Oh, wait. Well, the movies do have different lore. I mean, that's also true. A lot of material changes so much. There's too much comic to really read. It's also a good point because comics come in like, what, 15 pages? Mangas come in like several chapter volumes. And then you can also get like the omnibus. I have no idea how that's pronounced. But it's the ones where it comes with 3 volumes. And then you just got 3 volumes. Versus like you buy a bazillion, yeah, omnibus volumes. Hi, Wandery. You don't like Marvel? I mean, that's okay. Lord of the Rings and Narnia is pretty epic. I still want us to watch Lord of the Rings on stream. We just have like we had to pick like a weekend. RIP to everyone on the opposite time zones. Unless that works out better for you. No, because if we start early, it's pretty late for you. But I really want to watch Lord of the Rings. Beans. Like how a movie Thanos went to save the universe, well, comic Thanos wants to date death. Oh yeah, I did hear about that afterward. I was like, what? All of this to impress a lady? Wild. And they made him worse because of that. Dang. It is hard to find a movie that's 100% accurate to the comic. I feel like there's probably just so much like... Because back then too... I can't remember. I feel like I watched a video or maybe someone was explaining it to me. Back then there were a lot of good Christian values in a lot of superhero comics. And then as society has changed, a lot of that has changed. So I feel like a lot of lore changes or rewrites happen because canonically maybe they have like better values and more Christian values and like they just swap them around. So like just kind of like nerf previous canonical timelines and stuff like that. Who knows? But that does kind of check out like a long time ago, you know, not even like that long, like even like 50 years ago, a lot of things had a lot of Christian values and now they're just starting to fall away. Dang, Mel, make a schedule then break it. To be fair, I was telling people to meet in the stream. I had my stream scheduled for Thursday because Monday and Thursday are now back to my work from home days instead of Monday and Tuesday. I liked Monday and Tuesday, but I had to change it back to Thursday. So that's kind of like a nice break of like I work from home, I go to work for 2 days, and then I work from home, then I go to work for 1 day, and then have a weekend. So it felt kind of balanced out. And I tried Tuesday, which I thought was chill. But then like I would need like our company's like card or I have to go like shopping. So like sometimes that didn't work out because I would have to be in person to pick that up on a Tuesday to get all the stuff for a Wednesday. So it was just kind of like a lot of trial and error. last semester, which wasn't like too bad. But this week I swapped it around because I only got 3 hours of sleep originally, and I was like, I can't go to work in person like this. So that's my supervisor to like, can I just swap my day from Thursday to today? And that's why we're hanging out. We're just chill, because I was like, I really don't want to do Silent Hill puzzles today. No, my boy. So we're just chilling, yapping while I work on writing some stuff for this year. For like, and we're just chatting. Got a what's up Wednesday. I forgot the initials are like wha. Wha. Regular extended version. I hear everyone said the extended version is really good, but also really hard to find. I should ask Vice. He's very good at finding stuff. Maybe he'll find it for us. Only for Death to fall in love with Deadpool. I feel like we've talked about this on stream before. At least someone's explained this whole thing to me. Or maybe Vice explained this whole thing to me. I don't remember. Maybe he didn't. Oh, that's true! Nightcrawler from X-Men back in the day was very open about his faith. Didn't that also, like, escalate also with, like, Wolverine, too? Perhaps. Yeah, didn't also Wolverine convert? I remember that being, like, a video, actually. Hi, Alexito! I feel that about sleep. I could not work like that. I know, there's been a day where the Lord has sustained me with the power of 2 hours of sleep and his strength, honestly. I'm just like, Lord, help. Usually when I know, like, oh, this is gonna be a bad time. When it's like I'm going into a day that's not my remote day and I can't sleep. The Lord sustains me, and he does survive an 8-hour week. Maybe 8-hour week, an 8-hour day on 2 hours of sleep, only by the Lord's strength. Truly, truly. I don't like Deadpool because he mocked Jesus many times, especially in the new Deadpool 3 movie. Did he really? I forgot if he did or not. I always feel like Deadpool's kind of like, I see like his character going, but he's also kind of like, he's just you know, he's just not like a Captain America, you know. That there's that contrast. He's very edgy and dark and stuff. That's why I also stopped watching one of my other, like, I used to watch like Gavis Battle, but I always felt like he kept swearing like Jesus' name a lot. So I was like, I don't really like that. You know, I can keep praying for him, but I don't really want to, like, even though I like thought he was funny, I was just like, nah. I love Jesus more. And I love when he's respected. Because he saved so many lives. I don't know, it just feels weird when you watch somebody or watch something that like mocks your savior. You're like, whoa, slow it down there, man. So sometimes you just gotta give up on certain things, but you can still keep praying for people and stuff. Yeah, I've had days where I worked and I was just not feeling it. It's a struggle. But it's okay. God is so good to sustain us with his strength. Because when I think about it, I'm like, wow, God, your strength is super powerful. Sometimes we forget. Yeah, it's turning me off on some stuff too. Yeah, because you're just like, alright, I get society's like going in this direction, but you don't have to like puke it into everything, you know? And it's been, I remember Bessie, she tweeted a long time ago that like, she's like, isn't it interesting when people have like, they just kind of default to saying Jesus' name for like jump scares or being in anger. And and it's obviously one of those tweets that people get kind of heated on. It was a long time ago, maybe like 2 years ago at this point, maybe even 3, maybe it was 2, I don't know. But Bessie was trying to make a point where it's like, isn't it interesting that like people always default, human nature always defaults to saying Jesus in situations. It never says like, you never like stub your foot and you're like, you just scream out Buddha, you know? That's not how that works. And it became like a whole like, oh well, society says this is kind of like normal, blah, 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 blah. But I'm like, I don't know. It's a cry out, except you don't know. Oh, the real Latito. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the land of Crecimiento. We strive and grow. I hope you enjoy your stay. Yeah, problem with both Marvel and DC comics is they try to make room for Christian characters, but then the majority of content is very anti-Christian. It almost leaves no room for God to even exist, especially of late. It's so sad. I love when characters just like, they're just on fire for God. There's just something about it. It's so awesome. Well, I mean, obviously as us Christian, we're like, yeah! But there's just something about it. We're like, you know, characters with like Christian values or are Christian, you know, they're just so on fire. They're so like hopeful. They're so strong. It's just so awesome. I'm just like, yeah, woo. That's how it feels. They should have more of that. When I consume content that's a bit questionable, I do have to ask myself, is this getting in the way of my relationship with God? Which is a good question to ask yourself. Sometimes you can like be distracted. You can let certain things become distractions to yourself, especially when you're like really tired. It's like, are you spending any time with God, or are you like just binge watching a show, you know, bed rot or stuff like that? And sometimes it happens. You're just human. Like there's times where I just binge some anime when I'm really tired, and that's, you know, that happens. But then I still like turn to God and ask for help and just ask for time together, or read, or have my Bible app read to me when I'm doing stuff, which is also really nice. I like that a lot. It'll read to me scripture that way, because you know, it's one of those things where like when you're reading you get distracted, but if someone's reading to you, it feels pretty, because we're already like in an era where we listen to people and do stuff. And then now we can just like have our Bible apps also talk to us as we do stuff. Do I play Minecraft? I do now. The other day, it's a YouTube VOD now. Oh, it's probably like a Twitch VOD also still. The Christian Minecraft server I'm in now. So I'm in wave 3. So I got accepted as a streamer. And our whole goal is to play Minecraft and also talk about Christ and God, just kind of evangelizing through Minecraft. We can also just hang out, play Minecraft, and have fun and fellowship, but also just like that's our priority of like making sure we still have time to talk about God. And I'm just like, whoa, Minecraft will just be like my What's Up Wednesdays on YouTube, except with my VTuber model and Minecraft in the back, which I think is cool because a lot of people watch a lot of Minecraft content. So, and people like listening to me talk. So I really like doing my godly talks. So I feel like that'll be really cool. I think by probably my first Minecraft topic, unless God changes it. I mean, there's times where I've started some What's Up Wednesday videos, and it just wasn't it. You know, I let the Holy Spirit guide, and then some also I feel like, oh, we should talk about this today, and I talk a little bit, but then like it just kind of like dies out. So I'm like, until like something like really like moves the spirit, then I'm like, I need to sit down. There's streams like that too. That's how we have like an 8-hour reaction to leaflet 2-minute like or 8-minute stream, because after Rabbit posted it, I was like so on fire. It was so on fire in the spirit. I was just like, we gotta react. We gotta. Then we streamed for like 8 hours, a whole work day. Talking, but that's just the power of God. There's just an 8-minute video about, you know, or like 10-minute video of like how AI was describing Satan POV. But then we talked for 8 hours of God's goodness and promises and his strength. So that really goes a long way. Goes to show. Devil only has a lot of very minimal, or not even a lot, just a very minimal real strength. Very tiny. None at all, basically. Almost. Timu version. And God, so cool. The Christian Daredevil is a character in both DC and Marvel. Or do you mean the devil as in the Bible? Like Satan is a character in DC and Marvel. Unless you meant Daredevil. Wait, yeah, because I remember, isn't the Daredevil Catholic? I remember someone was explaining this to me a while back. That's why I'm like, whoa. He's a Catholic lawyer. Yeah. Let's go. We got Captain America. We've got Daredevil. Even though his name is Daredevil. Dare to fight the devil. Yeah, we found his lost middle name. Satan is a character in DC and Marvel. That's crazy. I mean, that's the whole thing. What were we watching? Oh, it was the leaflet video. Where it was like, I just have to convince people I don't exist. Or I make it low-key. You know, that I'm just like a teehee character. Ha ha ha. Hi, Arachnid! Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Daredevil is Catholic. And so is Nightcrawler. Yeah! It's so cool! I like that Nightcrawler. I don't know. It's just so cool. I feel like I read something. I'm trying to remember. Was it a manga? Was it an anime? It was a video game. What have we played lately? Well, that was Silent Hill F. Definitely not. I don't know. There's just something. That was just something that I had read. And I was like, whoa. So on fire for God. But I can't remember. I'll have to review. Everything's been a blur. He be saying that a lot. Fighting his demons and such. That's fair. Daredevil is Catholic and the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. A section of New York? That's interesting. Just to see like Hell's Kitchen. All I can think is like Gordon Ramsay. Hi, Crypty! Welcome, man. I hope you're doing well today. Didn't Ghost Rider sell his soul to the devil for his powers? Was it not the devil? That's true, Crypty! He did! Man. I like Ghost Rider. It's so sad, though. But it showed, like, in the vulnerability of, like, Ghost Rider, he was just, like, his dad was dying. And he knew that his dad was gonna die. And then he in a vulnerable state, he was just like, yeah, you can do that for my dad? And it's like, yeah. And his dad died anyway in like a fire crash. This isn't spoilers because it happens like literally in the first 5 minutes. And I was like, bam! Kickflip! It's so sad because he was just vulnerable. He was also a kid. I think like a teenager. Almost like 19 or something, where he like sells his soul to the devil basically. I can't remember. I think the movie he like loopholes his like contract to break it or something. I can't remember. It's been so long. Also don't know that much Ghost Rider lore outside of movies. Do you know that Tolkien and C.S. Lewis are friends? They have a group called the Inklings. I do remember. We had talked. Someone else brought up that they have they were called the Inklings. It's interesting because I remember Vice was telling me about this video where they had been really good friends, and then at the very latter end, before C.S. Lewis died, or maybe Tolkien died, I forget who died first. They had just a really rocky friendship where there was a part where C.S. Lewis stopped losing sight of a righteous friendship. You know, he was getting kind of, I don't know the right word for it, but he was getting kind of mean. He was being very mean, disrespectful. So their friendship lost a lot of like, I don't know, a lot of bond towards the end. I think Tolkien was still like prayed for him and stuff, but it got a little rocky towards the end. I was like, ah, man. That's unfortunate. That's why it's always good to keep Jesus first. Because sometimes when you let yourself get a little bit too ahead of yourself, then you start pouring into other stuff in negative ways. There's different versions of Ghost Rider that don't actually work the devil. The Hispanic Ghost Rider does not, I think. Oh, that's right. Isn't it that I remember? Isn't there like a girl Ghost Rider? Or maybe that was like something like someone's OC. That's how I remember it, because he did it for unselfish purposes. Devil couldn't actually take him to hell or something. Yeah, there's something like that. You know, he couldn't actually like do anything to Ghost Rider, you know? Something like that.
He did it out of the love of his father. That's Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider. But the original Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze, is straight up possessed. Oh, that's right, Johnny Blaze. There's another... Or Danny Ketch is the old guy on the horse, right? That's the other Ghost Rider. Ghost Horse Rider. Oh, writer of His Dark Materials. Philip Pullman, huh? I've never really heard of Philip Pullman. I'm gonna write that down. I should put my little journal over here. I keep writing stuff that y'all tell me in different pieces of paper. And then, like, losing them all, kind of. I watched a whole video about Ghost Rider's comic book history. I did not expect what I had learned. All I can say is a Latino Ghost Rider known as Robbie Reyes, my favorite version of the character. That sounds cool. I love that. What a good name for him. Robbie Reyes. Soy Ghost Rider. Forgot how to say rider in Espanol. La Fantasma Ridador. Question mark. Hades bought me and him pizza. Ooh. Oh, pizza's so good. Let's go, Hades. Eat up that good pizza, Mama Hades. And Hades. The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? I forgot the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I heard it was good. Very heroic or something. Maybe a question mark. I mean, obviously, they have a lot of type of heroes, I think. Hi, Frogsman. Welcome, I hope you're doing well today. The Golden... He was the guy who wrote the Golden Compass! What? I remember the Golden Compass. I remember watching that as a kid. I don't think I have the book. But I have a... Do I have it? I have a book that's made by the guy from the Golden Compass. Except, I forgot what it's called. I have it. It's got, like, maybe it's called Clock something. It has a picture of a blue knight on it. It's a very small book. I've been meaning to read it on stream. Who would have thought that he would be that guy? That's crazy. Crazy how God works. You're so happy right now. I'm glad, Mama Hades. Please enjoy that food. Pizza is super tasty. Pizza is like one of those things where it's like, if someone offers you pizza, you'd be like, yeah, I could be in the mood for pizza. Or if there's pizza somewhere, you're like, oh yeah, pizza. I don't know, pizza just is always like, man, you always want a pizza. You know, there's a lot of things we eat and enjoy, and it's like, yeah, that'd be great at certain times, or like you have to feel it. But pizza, it's just built different. You can eat it anywhere and everywhere and anytime. Love pizza. Also, apparently, Silver Surfer is Lucifer. What? I don't know enough to either confirm or deny. If only I could call up someone and be like, hey, you know a lot of like MCU and stuff. I technically do have a friend, Sean. He loves superheroes, but he wouldn't know a lot of this extra stuff. I don't think he's very... If we had questions about Batman and Superman, boy howdy, would he just know. He is Batman and Superman. He kind of looks like them too. Cosplayed as them. That's why I'm like, he kind of looks like them because he cosplayed as them. It's crazy. He learned a lot about Batman. And we had a good talk a while back because he had called me and like I got to talk about God a little bit. I think he asked me a question. I don't know where he is at his faith. There's a few of my friends where like I don't know where they're at their faith, but I also you just lead as an example. You get to just give glory to God what he does in your life, and then the Holy Spirit does the rest. You know, you plant the seeds and then the Holy Spirit does the rest. So I'm really hoping for my friends. Got at least 4 that I know that I'm like, oh, I don't know where you are in your faith. You're not someone who like, obviously it's one of those things where there are not people who slandered the Lord or anything like that. Well, I have one other friend. Well, one other person I know that I pray for their soul too, because they grew up as a Catholic, but it's one of those things you only grow up in name only, not in anything else. So it's like, dang. But I told them a long time ago, it's like, you should seek Jesus. He's helped save my life. So that's all I could do from there, you know. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had its good part, but also fell into a lot of modern bad writing. No! I feel like at some point there's an era where shows just got bad writers. And I'm like, man, I don't even think I'm that great of a writer, but at this point, I should just be like writing for people. I'm sure other people out there who don't even like do writing professionally or just like do like side writing for like D&D and stuff could just like write stuff a lot better for these shows. At least the first few seasons were good. Around 5 or 6 it started to get weird. Man, at that point you're just like, these seasons don't even count anymore. Oh, let me get my glasses. I feel like everything's so bright right now. My face. Alright, I'm back. I don't know if I don't think I've worn my glasses while I've streamed. I feel like my setup's just really bright right now. Or I just kind of need my glasses to see chat in HD. It's gonna be funny because like my glasses are still pretty new. Team astigmatism or whatever. I kind of figured it that. So my brother has glasses. And I was like, it's only a matter of time. It also kind of felt so daunting and threatening a little bit because a lot of my friends wear glasses. And for the longest time, they'll be like, just you wait, Mel. I was just like, why you sound like you're hoping my demise for my eyes? So sad. I mean, I can still squint and see things from afar. But now I gotta like see. But wow, chat, you're in HD. Wow. Hi, Mr. Undertaker. Thank you for the check-in. I hope you were doing well. I hope you were doing well today. And hi, Plus Ultra Ghost Rider. Welcome in. I hope you're also doing well today. I've been thinking of like, well, I guess reading the writer part and talking about Ghost Rider obviously is different, but I've been like peeking at this one banner artist who makes like Kamen Rider themes. I'm just like, ooh, Kamen Rider of Hope. That'd be cool. Someone drew a long time ago a Melinda Kamen Rider. It was pretty epic. I would have to, it was literally probably like 2 years ago. So the art's probably like not lost. Maybe I do have it in the Discord posted. I gotta make sure I go back and grab every Melinda art piece so I don't get lost to time. Don't mind me, I'm cleaning my glasses. Crazy. I feel like Tobey Maguire. My next What's Up Wednesday, you'll see my glasses. Mayhaps. It's kind of funny. I have short hair and I have glasses. Show that time's passed. Silver Surfer seen in Galactus is gone. Apparently that's not. Interesting. I mean, I don't think that... well, I don't know per se, but it's always worlds specifically like created in fiction either have like some kind of dark entity or a holy entity back and forth. A good talk about Batman. Well, my friend Sean, he would have a good talk about Batman. He would say all things about Batman. They made Batman lame the second they made him throw hands with Darkseid. Who in the world is Darkseid? Never. Guess he's not popular enough for me to know. It's my favorite joke to say. It's like, oh, that guy's famous? Well, not famous enough for Melinda to know. I don't know enough, like, media, so a lot of things just go over my head. If we give you all pizza, We certainly would. Thank you, Mama Hades. I appreciate the thought. And that's the thought that counts. You'd make pizza from scratch? I want to make pizza from scratch. It was kind of funny. We bought like these pre-pizza crust things, and when me and Vice made them, they weren't the best. It was really funny. But we ended up putting pre-grilled chicken on it. We put mozzarella that we shredded, and then we put the sauce that we had. So we had some pizza sauce. It was already flavored. And so, I mean, the bread was only okay, but it kind of like, it felt like we made like a quesadilla with the pizza. It was pretty epic. Putting chicken on your pizza, pretty epic. I find it wild how some people think if you're open about your faith, you're the crazy one. So I'll post saying Bible verse in their bio, and they're the ones accusing others of selling their souls. That's crazy. People get a little unhinged. Like, one of the tweets that I saw this morning that was shared in our Bible study was like, you know, it's so on par, so true. If you're in the Discord, you know which one I'm talking about. And then people were like, oh, you're a Christian. Skewed. I'm just like, bro. At this point in this time of of society and life, people making a stance of like, hey, you're selling your soul and things are withering, right? I feel like it's pretty on, like, it's so obvious that if you can't literally be like, oh, it's because you're Christian you're saying that. At that point, not even like me being Christian or like people being Christian, it's just like you're going to a road of darkness. Crazy. Also, hi Frey, welcome, man. I hope you're doing well today. Cariño on your shoulder, how kawaii. Yeah, look at you guys, you're so cute. I can't not get over how kawaii the mascot of Cariños came out. Also, I saw this thing that we could have a text to talk that would make you sound like an Animal Crossing character, like blah, 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 blah. Wow, that was so on par of accurate Animal Crossing sound that even I'm surprised. I thought that would have been really funny, but at the same time, I do actually want to hear what you say. So I was like, oh, that's cool, but I'm a little disappointed it doesn't like keep you in an Animal Crossing voice, but like actually makes clear of all your words. Maybe. I thought they'd been really funny. I already need a magnifying glass for reading any tiny text. We're glasses gang. We're zoom and enhance. In the season with Ghost Rider, there were gangs of people that hunted Inhumans. People that got superpowers. They were clearly stands for certain groups that I think the season was around 2016, though it ended strong. Interesting. One of my coworkers said if you can't tell a story in one book or movie, then it shouldn't be told. Really didn't like it when she said that. That's crazy. The story can't be told in one book or movie. Well, girl, for your birthday, you're just gonna get like a book, a giant book series, but just annihilate the the breaking points. It's gonna be a giant book. That's wild. It's like saying if you can't eat a whole pizza in one sitting, don't even order a pizza. The audacity. I mean, I would eat a pizza in one sitting, but it feels like that kind of energy, like what? That's wild. See that Lord of the Rings, and it's not even the unedited edition. Getting to the point where I need a new pair myself. Ooh, what color are Chad's glasses? Mine are green. I really like these blue ones that I also saw, but they weren't in my size. So sad. But I also don't want to buy like multiple glasses because they're certain colors. The Bible's a collection of books. Bible is a collection of books. All of them. All in one book. One whole story, one book. There we go. Darkseid is the big bad of the DC universe. Dang, he's not. I was gonna say he's not on my radar for evil. Guess he's not that bad or something. I don't know. It sounded better in my head. What if he's like be bad? He sounds pretty bad. Star Wars, Star Trek, Indiana Jones, The Matrix. So many in different parts of movies. Darkseid is the guy with cool laser beam from his eyes that would bend in crazy directions. I feel like it's starting to feel familiar now. It's starting to feel familiar. It's starting to feel familiar. Did Loki have to fight Darkseid? Did he ever encounter Darkseid? I think that's who I'm thinking of. But maybe not. I don't know. I don't know, lore of these guys. Was playing Batman Arkham Knight once. I forgot that Man-Bat was in the game until he jump scared me and gave me the mother of all heart attacks. She was like, Man-Bat, what are you doing here? This is a Batman game. That's funny. Man-Bat is also like an enemy in Kamen Rider. He's just like a man in a bat. That's basically it. That's weird. I didn't know there was a Man-Bat though in Batman. I've thought about playing the Batman games because me and Vice, the power of marriage, our Steam accounts are linked together. It's kind of funny because I was thinking about it already for a while, like, oh, we should have our Steam libraries be connected, so that works out pretty well. It was just kind of funny because he's telling his friends, he's like, wow, it's truly married. Syncing bank accounts? Nah, not yet. We haven't done that yet. But syncing Steam libraries? Yeah. So Vice has all the... well, not all the, but he got some Batman games. So it was like, Because we've been watching the Christian Bale. Is that what his name is? What's his face? Batman movies. Yeah, I got our priorities straight. We're gonna like sync bank accounts after Vice finishes school. That way it's just easier. He's already like here in person, all the things. And then we'll figure out work stuff from there too. Hades makes very good homemade pizza. He's very good at it. That's a great skill, Hades. Making your own like peak pizza. I love it. Pizza-dia. Yeah, Arachnid. Pizza-dia. Lest we forget, Christian started out as a slur. That's crazy. Also fair. Also, I'd say Trigon is a way bigger threat. I like to think that all these fights are happening behind Melinda. I don't even know who these guys are. They sound like guys that should start kickflipping though. Just make like a random list. Here you go, Melinda. It's like a Santa Claus list of naughty or nice, but it's just like, here's all the bad guys you need to put on your radar. It's just a little drawing of a cutting you handing a list, and then it becomes like a montage of like me kickflipping these bad guys. It'd be really funny. And then I like say something like cool and dramatic, like how I usually say in like my mind animatics that I'll never draw. Maybe I'll get someone to draw them someday. I had bookmarked an artist on VGen who does manga panels, so I'm like, oh, that'd be cool. Just pay 1 page per month. Have a Melinda manga going somehow, some way. Just like different panels of me kick flipping bad guys. Be pretty epic. And also really funny. Trigon Dad? What? It's like Bowser and Bowser Jr. Except if you start with Bowser Jr. first and then found out Bowser came along. Teen Titan Go ain't canon. Nobody talks about Teen Titans. Isn't Go when they're all chibi and kind of like unhinged? How could they do that to our guys? They work so hard just to be bamboozled. Do you watch the Wing Feather Christian Fantasy anime show? I recommend give it a watch. Where can you watch it? I don't think I've ever heard of that. I don't spend a lot of time on the internet. The only time I spend time on the internet is streaming. Sometimes watching YouTube. That's why a lot of things when they happen, I learned by memes. And like news, I just learned by memes. And then what else? Oh, Angel Studios. Interesting. That makes sense. I feel like Angel Studios is the hub for a lot of Christian content. I'll write it down. Someone, let me see. Is it still on my YouTube? Did I put it in my watch later? No, I should have put it by watch later. I felt like I did. Aw, man. It's kind of funny. I put a lot of things in watch later. And then I don't watch them later. Let's see if it's here. There is a channel. It was in my feed. I don't think it's... Since I don't automatically see it. Dang. I'll probably put it in the Discord when I find it. But there's a channel that's working on like a hero of light, but like God's light kind of thing. So I thought that was really cool. Oh, Loki is Marvel. Oops. Did they have a crossover where they fought? That's how you know I don't ever I don't ever like what I don't know my lore of anything. Did so and so character of a different series fight bad guy of other series? That's funny. What's that?
Nerd card.
Hey! I'm not a Western nerd. I don't know my comic books and heroes. Nah. I only like Spider-Man. That's about it. I do like Batman, but I think it's because we've been watching the Batman movies. And it's kind of tough because, like, the whole thing about, like... I guess the Christian Bale one, I'm just like, but he did something. You know? He did something. Aridia! Hello, everyone! Hello, Raiders. Soy Melinda Esperanza, your local demon slayer and warrior of hope. Hello, hello. I'm out of my armor today because we're just chatting. Hi, honey. Sorry, I had to mute for a hot second. My husband's letting me know we're gonna have chicken for dinner. Woohoo! Bahara! Hello, Aridia! Welcome in. Welcome in, House Blasi, Tenton, Kaz Rodriguez, Immortal Senpai, Wayut. Welcome in, everyone. I am Melinda Esperanza. If you're new here, we do Bible studies, we have godly talks, we just kind of vibe, we hang out. I play horror games, not because I like horror, but I like to punch darkness in the face. Kick flip! Do voice acting, a variety of things. I didn't sleep very well today, so I was like, nah, I don't want to do puzzles in Silent Hill F today. My pobre brain. But hello! How are y'all doing today? What were you up to? I love your model. Thank you! This one is the Prism customizable one. I based it off of my base model, which has paladin armor. Super cool. Kick flip. But hello, everybody. We just been vibing. We kind of got into superhero lore from Marvel and DC, even though I'm very bad at that, but I'm learning. So linking Steam accounts is the real sign of marriage, huh? True. It is, at least for gamers. You didn't like Teen Titans, but you like Teen Titans Go? I guess it's fair. Teen Titans Go is like the chibis, and it was just the thing you just put on the background and not pay attention. Animal Farm. That's so sad. I don't even know what Animal Farm is, but all I've been hearing secondhand is like, oh, it bad. My brain automatically inserting sword, shaking my head. I mean, Heavenly Sword be pretty epic. I'm gonna go rest, but we'll be lurking. Have a wonderful stream. Thanks so much, Iridia. Thanks for coming by and saying hello. I appreciate it. You get some good rest, get some hydration, get some snackies, get into comfy jammies. I'm wearing pajamas right now. Am I a Gryffindor? It's so funny. Vice teasing me and says I'm a Hufflepuff. Even my coworker said I was a Hufflepuff. I'm not a Hufflepuff. Last time I took a test, I was a Ravenclaw, but I feel like time has passed that I must be definitely a Gryffindor at this point.
A Hufflepuff wouldn't say they're not a Hufflepuff.
Hey! Wow. That's funny. I'm such a nut. I'm not watching the shows because my pastor warned me against it. But I watched the Death Note anime and saw all kinds of biblical messages within it, in the anime. Oh, I guess it's one of those things we've talked about before on stream. Like, if things feel it's one of those things where I feel like The Chosen is not like necessarily bad. I feel like it's a good way to get other people to really watch what happened. I mean, there's some extra stuff, but obviously it's because they add extra stuff because they live this life. They don't know exactly what's happening in the downtime, but they add a little pizzazz. But you should also know, like, what's in the Bible is in the Bible. That's true and accurate. If it's not in the Bible, you don't have to really sweat it, unless it's somehow super heresy, somehow in the series. But from what I heard secondhand, I haven't watched it yet, but I know a lot of other Christian streamers have, and even like my church pastor has, and which is really interesting. So your pastor's like, I don't know, warns you against it, but our pastor's like, yeah, it's great. But that's just because the warning, I feel like, is for more of like, if that's your only basis of scripture, then that's not good for you. Obviously, don't let videos, streamers, even like your sermons, like at church, don't let that only be the only way you ever hear and intake the Bible. You gotta read it for your own. You can watch it and read it because you would know what's actually in scripture and what's not in scripture. And you can tell what's in the show just for some little pizzazz versus not for pizzazz. Stuff like that. Funded by LDS. Still haven't watched it myself, but thinking I might once to see how it holds up. I know this season they're going into where Jesus gets crucified, so I'm very interested to see how that goes. I have never watched it. I watched like maybe one episode, but that's about it. Meanwhile, NGE has some of the most biblically accurate angels I've seen in media. NGE? What does NGE stand for? Angel Source Studios is Leaflet's brand. Interesting. I didn't know that. I only know Leaflet very surface level. Neon Genesis Evangelion. How did I not put that together? I guess that's the first time anyone's ever put Evangelion as what's it called in acronym. Again, the robot Shinji. Animal Farm is booked by George Orwell. It's very political, though Angel Studio seems to be making it a wacky comedy with a completely different message. I'm trying to get like my model to do like the eyebrow up. Because I'm wearing glasses, kind of hard for it to figure that out. That's crazy. At that point, you just don't label it Animal Farm. You just make it something else at that point. High-key, a lot of movies grab other titles just so you can watch it. But they're completely different movies. And you don't realize that till the very end. Has anyone seen the new Genesis animated teaser? I have not. Hi, Alistair. Hi, Captain Sammy. Hello, hello. Welcome, man. I hope you're both doing well today. If you ever do a karaoke stream, it's almost required of VTuber girls to sing the Evangelion opening. Vice is gonna make chicken patties. He was asking me how long do you cook them. It's air fry 6 minutes. I forgot what temperature though. Probably like 380. And then he's gonna make the cheesy bread. Woohoo! If you ever do karaoke, it's almost required of VTuber girls to sing Evangelion opening. I'm gonna do you one better, cold coffee. I'm gonna sing it instead of Japanese, I'm gonna sing it in Espanol. Mind blown. I've sung some anime songs a super long time ago. We haven't done like a karaoke with anime songs in such a long time. It is on my list though. I have been thinking about it. There have been some songs that are like, man, I just want a karaoke. We sang a long time ago a lot of anime songs in Espanol because it's a lot easier to find them in Spanish than in Japanese. But also a lot easier for me to say them in Espanol than in Japanese. It's just kind of funny because I kind of joked with chat a long time ago where it's like, hey, I can read this in Espanol, but you will still feel like you don't know what they're saying because for those who don't know like Spanish, it just feels like the same as listening in Japanese. Like, this sounds great, even though I have no idea what they're saying. I may be sick, but I'm still here. Oh no, Alistair. Oh, it's right. You did put that in prayer requests. I guess because I like didn't sleep much and I woke up later. I felt like that happened yesterday, but it happened today. I hope you also feel better. It's just the season of sickness. That season will come to a close. Nothing wrong with cliche. True. So they actually made the original Animal Farm 1984. Yeah, it sounds like the type of era when they would make that movie. The Lee and Lee English version, I do like that one. I think we sang the English version once. Then we also sang in Espanol. Pretend there's a tilde over the N. I will pretend. Sometimes it's just hard to like put the tilde in like just your regular keyboard. You have to like hold down special keys and whatnot. That just like at this point you just whatever. Hi, Block Sky. Is that a sweet potato? It looks like a sweet potato emoji. I love me some good. I bought sweet potato chips with avocado sauce. Or not avocado sauce. Avocado oil. Avocado sauce. That's just guacamole. Amazing. Nah. Wait, I got some. At first, I was like, but then there's just something about biting a potato chip. Not Death Note related. Something about biting a potato chip and it being tasty. I haven't tried these yet, so I'm excited. Aguacates de Mexico! Yeah, I don't know where these avocados are from, but I heard this brand is pretty good. It's not like anything super fancy. It's just a big bag. I almost didn't get them, but then I was like, 10 pounds of sweet potatoes. Classic Mr. Waffles. It was kind of funny because I was like, Sully got 10 pounds of potatoes. Mr. Waffles also was trying to gift 9 pounds of peanut butter. Was it right? 9 pounds of peanut butter to Zafanaf. That I was like, you just gotta keep going down. 8, 9, or 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But like, let the one item be like something like big or something. That it would almost have been like 10 potatoes. Finally back up building a streak. Let's go, Captain Sammy. It's still so sad that Twitch didn't let you keep your streak. I would revolt. Just for Captain Sammy. There was one Hispanic politician that once cosplayed as Asuke for and sang a Cruel Angels thesis parody for an ad. That's wild. It's like this video that I watched where it's like what my husband had me wear to like not get side eyes from like narcs from like Mexico or something, and they just basically just wore Dragon Ball shirts. I don't know if the reference was that they really like Dragon Ball. I mean, they really do like Dragon Ball in Mexico, but I also wasn't sure if it was like trying to say like they wouldn't mess with these Super Saiyans. Gotta take off to pick up my bro from class. Whoa! Have a great day. You as well, Diddle. God bless you. Take care out there. Tell your brother we say hello. The people from the interweb say hello. Now I was saying Animal Farm was like the story called 1984. You know, the original dystopia and origin of the phrase Big Brother. Big Brother is watching you? I have not. I have to ask Vice if I ever seen them. Write that down. 1984. That sounds pretty familiar. I get notes to save my streak by watching clips or VODs. Oh, that's right! See, like, Vice was saying, like, sometimes he does get those pings too, where it's like, if you watch the VOD, you can keep back up your streak. They just gave you a streak. Mexicans ironically love Dragon Ball. The Mexican like dub for like Dragon Ball is pretty top tier. I don't know how much time has passed since like the OG, but like top tier Dragon Ball dub. I don't know, hearing anime in Spanish is pretty peak. Cause they had some really, like, some series had some pretty great like dubs. So even if you didn't like the English one, well, I mean, I guess you would have to know Spanish. You would have to know Spanish to have an Espanol dub. I should just start dubbing like bad anime, but like in Espanol. Start giving me like lists of like bad animes, and then I'll just start dubbing them in Espanol. It was funny because we hung out in the call with the Viangeli girls, and Jimmy was playing this game, and she's just like, sometimes some of the English dub is, it's only okay. Only okay. And we joked that Jimmy should just voice all the all the characters, just all of them. All of them. I do. What happened last time was I joined the stream before waiting. I don't know how it didn't register. I thought it did. I know. I felt like there was still like a solid minute, like before you even left. You know, crazy. We're gonna revolt just for Captain Sammy. Justice for Captain Sammy. Give him back his streak. I guess before you know it, your streak will just grow where it had been before. It's kind of wild. I don't know. That's why I feel like streaks are so intimidating. So intimidating. Especially since as streamers, we just kind of like randomize sometimes our streaming, like me at like what I am. That's how I didn't stream one of the days, because I felt like streaming at really late at night. But then I was like, oh no, I don't want chat to lose their streak. And Vice thought that was really cute. He's just like, you sacrifice the stream so they wouldn't lose their streaks. So yeah. I just chill. 1984 is a terrifying story if you actually follow what's going on. I didn't the first time reading it and stopped after a few chapters. It took having it as required reading for a book report in college before I finished it. Is there a movie based on 1984? I'm kind of thinking of something. It might not be. Aw, man, 5 minutes. Beans. I didn't realize there was a timer. All right, well, when we're raiding and someone pops in, we're gonna pause and then hang out for 5 minutes of yapping, and then we'll raid. That way, this never happens again. It never happens to no one else in the future. You better keep her. I'm gonna tell him. Honey. Well, I'm gonna get up. I'm not gonna turn them into fried chicken. Vice told me this idea. He was like, you know, it would be a great emote for the cariños, because he was talking about the companion cube. I would throw it in the fire. So sad. And he was like, you know what would be a good emote for the cariños? Because Vice joked that he was like, oh no, chat, Melinda's gonna throw you into the fire. You're gonna be fried chicken. He's like, we should make a cariño fried chicken cariño, and then label it cooked. Cooked. Oh no, chat's so cooked. I was like, wow, I'm write that down. That was pretty funny. Hydrate, thank you, Mama Hades, for hydration. Let me catch up with chat since I walked away for a hot second. Actually, the movie came out in 1984. The book is much older. Oh, so there is a movie. So I feel like I may have watched it. The Lord will provide a new streak if he's willing. So true, Captain Sammy. Before you know it, it'll be so back. And now that I know that you have to be here for 5 minutes, we're so locked in. We're so back. Thanks for being considerate. You don't need to, but I wanna. Especially since I periodically kind of like randomize my streams. Not too much. Now that vacation's over, this is kind of the exception because I just couldn't sleep, and I was just like, well, I won't actually be at home on Thursday. I'll be in person, so we won't have a stream. So, because I usually have streams on days I work from home because there's no travel time. Well, I can just get off my computer, and then I roll over to my other computer. But for working days, I have to like get on the bus and then wait, and then come home and eat. Sad. I mean, that's normal though. That's actually funny. Chat cooked equals fried chicken. I know. I was just like, I can't believe this. But you're onto something. All because we played Portal 1. I'm still so sad. I was just like, man, companion cube. Well, we did learn that companion cubes our companion cube is okay. Companion cube would show up for my birthday. The cake was not a lying. Companion cube was okay. And I can sleep at night now. But the fact that Vice still teases me about the companion cube, I was just like, you literally said I couldn't advance the game unless I should have just yapped and see if like Gladys like gave up Just be like the ultimate yapper versus a robot who may or may not have any kind of patience. I don't know. I feel like there could be like a world record for like long lasting do not throw companion cube. But I also was like, well, we have to finish this game too. I could yap forever. And this companion cube would never burn. And we would never finish our test. And we would never turn into a piece of cake. I mean, to be fair, we also didn't turn into a piece of cake. Montage of Melinda falling into the fire on accident. But hey, we overcame that challenge. Broke out of there. And still had our cake. The very end. And do a burnt to a crisp chicken, call it cooked. Cooked, done so. Alright, I'm copying that down so I can add it to my notes. Poor cariños. I've still been in the search for like oh, thank you, Wanderer. I saw that you put the Genesis trailer in there. Let me go to my Hopeful Warrior notes. I have a Discord on my own to like put all my things brained up in there. Burned to a crisp. Cooked, done so. If I make it like an animated emote, it could like pop up on the screen. That'd be so funny. Am I just a sociopath for not caring about the cube? It's okay, Crypty. I know, it's one of those things where you know you have to get rid of it. And you know the companion cube has fulfilled its purpose. I was like, you know, you just set it free. You set it free from GLaDOS. The gift of Yap. That's true. The gifting of Yap. We are mightiest yappers. It's kind of funny how all girls of Angeli are all just big yappers. It's kind of funny. There used to be this one guy. I don't know if he still streams or not. A long time ago. He'd also just be a really good yapper. That I would joke that we would have to face off in a 24-hour stream to see who caves first. Now I'm like, I know it's not gonna be me. Me and the Lord's strength are gonna hold up. Even if I get tired, I still will be sustained. Our max record is 13 hours on stream. We only ended because I was getting sick, or I realized I was sick. I was just like, throughout the day I was feeling kind of like warm. And I was like, Then at some point I was like, you know what? I think I gotta end our stream because, I'm feeling sick. And then a good thing that I didn't make that call because right after an hour later I was like, ugh. Pepperoni. I know, 13 hours? It was a good, because I figured out if I do a 24-hour stream, I need to make it in a way where we begin at a time where it's like moderate to be awake, and then like close at a time that right after I just eat. Just eat. I thought 8 hours was long, and I only came in towards the end. Oh, was that the leaflet stream? Sometimes it's hard to remember because I do a lot of long streams. Only now that I'm working again, we won't really have that long of streams. The only time we'll probably have like really long streams is if it's a Saturday. I mean, Sunday mayhaps, but you know, I do still gotta get a good swing of sleeping a little bit earlier on a Sunday. So even though I work from home on Monday, I still gotta wake up early to like, crawl out of bed and go to my laptop. Mayhaps. Part of me wants to speed or like have a long stream for Silent Hill F. I feel like we're so close to being done that I'm like, set me free. It seems like we're in a part where we kind of like, well, we kind of fought our friend and defeated her. We had this whole thing about like, you're not her. Back from me, Satan. And then we dunked our other friend in the lava. Like, oof. Well, we didn't mean to, but the game made us do that. But to be fair, she was also kind of mean to us. Well, not even mean. She's like, hope for our death. That was crazy. Girl, you should have just worked it out with her. Shaking my friend. Shaking my head. The bond between women can be scary. The opposite of the bond between men. But our next goal after our next one is our best friend. High key, part of me feels like, what if our best friend is Foxman? Question mark. But like in the way of like, I don't know, time has passed. I don't know. In my head, I'm just like, whoa, deep lore that I'm just making up. Saturday for me is family day and Sunday is church. And that's good, Alistair. It's good to have family day. You gotta make sure you have family day. Would it be easier to throw the companion cube into a fire if it was called the enemy cube? I feel like there could have been like a psychological game of like, what is the enemy cube? What is the companion cube? Please put one in the fire. And then you put the enemy cube obviously in there. And then like GLaDOS would be like, I didn't state which enemy this cube was. You have annihilated the good cube and have left the terrible, chaotic serial killer cube alive. Or something. Knowing GLaDOS, she was kind of unhinged. Like, don't worry, Crypty. You don't gotta worry about you being a sociopath. GLaDOS being like, I loved when humans would just die in this trial. I miss those screams. Be like, alright, GLaDOS, you need some help. You need to sit down. Gonna lurk here, switch to YouTube on my phone while I go fold laundry. Sounds good, Zendor. Have a good lurk. Have a good time folding your laundry. I might be tempted to keep it around for spite. It's funny. At least she sort of redeemed herself into. That's true. We gotta play through 2. When we were playing co-op, I didn't realize you don't play the story. I was like, wow, Portal 2 is so different. I thought you'd be people, but we're robots. And that's when Vice and chat were like, oh no, you gotta play through the main story. I was like, main story? And what are we doing right now? I thought the main story needed a companion. I guess you just play. You could play the main story as solo. You don't actually need 2 players for Portal 2. I thought you needed 2 people for Portal 2. I guess not. Guess we'll play Portal 2 at some point. Gotta finish Silent Hill F. Gotta finish Portal. This year, I gotta make sure I don't jump around games. Because at Ghost Trick, we kind of fell off on. And then we also did Ace Attorney. And then fell off of that a little bit. Sorry, Ube. And anyone who was like, yeah, Ace Attorney, my favorite game. My bad. We haven't gone back in a long time. My one clip that I remember. You're a sham, Edgeworth. That's it. Peak cinema. It's funny because voice acting it for that one lady who's like Ace Attorney's Phoenix's like senpai. People were like, wow, you sound like the voice actress. I was like, wow, we've done it. Co-op is actually supposed to take place after single player? Oof, my beef. Oopsie. I guess we'll just have to play it. I was wondering about that because I was just like, whoa, we're robots. Cool. I thought this took place maybe like before we escape. Perhaps. But that makes sense because I escaped. So I imagine they're normal humans. Or we kickflip GLaDOS out of existence. For now. I guess we'll see her again. I thought you got spoiled too much since there's not a lot of story to it. Yeah, I don't think so. It's kind of funny because I think Rabbit dropped something and Vice was like, oh, she doesn't know. She doesn't know. I mean, it's not like super like far-fetched. It just does seem something that could be made for a robot. But nothing else spoiled really. So I'm excited because I don't know what happens. You literally like got broken out and then like some robot male voice shows up at the end of Portal 1 and is like taking you somewhere, I think. And then you get teased with the cake and companion cube. Who's to say? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, that's my goal for this year. Don't bounce around games too much. We just gotta finish it. We gotta it's kind of like food. You can't let it spoil. We just gotta finish it. Did you get the cake? I did! At the very end! We thought it was a lie, and then at the very end, we got a chocolate cake with frosting, and companion cube was there. Kind of like so mean of GLaDOS to be like, we would have thrown a party for you for real. If you had any friends. But wait, you did. Then you cooked them. I was like, wow, GLaDOS. All right. you need a. Well, we did kickflip GLaDOS, so we're fine. Just do it. Spice. Hi, Zendor. It's like you portaled into a different dimension. You fell asleep in Twitch chat and then you woke and you bonked your head on a pew and then you woke up in YouTube. That's funny. I forgot what we need for stuff for YouTube. I guess you gotta be monetized maybe for you YouTube to get emotes and stuff, whatnot. Perhaps. Hi, Zach. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. We watched the birthday epic video on our birthday stream the other day. Was it yesterday? Wow, yeah, today is Tuesday. Well, we did hang out yesterday. Crazy. We watched that one. That was pretty epic. It's a good video. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's your birthday today. We should have like a soundboard for it. That way when it's anyone's birthday, we just play it. You need to be monetized yet? Members on YouTube. We're almost there. We're like halfway. Which reminds me, I gotta put YouTube in the links. If you don't follow my YouTube. Oh, thank you, Crypty. Yeah, my birthday was pretty recent. But we had our birthday stream yesterday. It's my birthday month. Every day my birthday. Speaking of Portal, and Portal 2, I was in Sully's stream hours ago. She said I was planning to play Portal with hubby and told Melinda and found out Mel and Vice went ahead and played ahead. She was like, what? But it's your birthdays. So she gets a pass. It was funny because it just kind of all happened spontaneously because like it's been on my list to probably play Portal, but I never felt like the push for it until me and Vice synced our our Steam libraries together, and then oh yeah, that's how it all started because I was just like, I don't have Portal. Because my other previous before VTuber account, it only has like 5 games. My college team needed to be synced up. And then we were looking at our multiplayer games. And then there was Portal 2. And then Vice was like, have you played Portal 1? And I was like, no. And so, well, you got to play Portal 1. So that's how we ended up playing Portal 1. Because I wanted to play Portal 2 with Vice. I didn't realize Portal 1 was such a short run too. Hi, Death Annihilator. Or Annihilator? Welcome, I hope you're doing well today. How's your day going? Mine's good. Also, Happy New Year. Well, welcome in. Our day is also going pretty well. Happy. God bless you, honey. God bless you. You sneeze. I don't know if you sneeze strong enough for the microphone to pick it up. But welcome. Our day is going pretty well. I didn't sleep very well. Because our apartment got overheated. Big sad. But that's okay. The Lord is good and I still got to sleep in. Still got to work from home today. And still got to do some work. So. You heard it just fine. It's really funny. When Vice comes over and travels, he uses a different like headset. So his headset's kind of like crunchy. And not very audible. It's very funny. But my microphone picks up everything. Hi, Danielle. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Was it here just raining too hard? I don't know. I don't. Cause like when I finished work on Monday, the house was set to 73 degrees. Like it was just like the AC. We turned it off and it was just at a solid 73. So it was kind of cool. And then like it just grew up to 78. And I don't know if it's because like we didn't have the AC on or anything. So I was like, man, what the? Vice hypothesizes that maybe our underneath neighbor just blasted theirs, and then the heat rose up to us. Perhaps it wasn't even that cold last night. But some people can be kind of fragile. We heard. That's funny. 1984 was meant to be creepy like that, though. A lot of sci-fi is genuinely terrifying, especially original novel versions. Is 1984? Is that the one where it doesn't have Keanu Reeves? Does it? No. There's one movie where they're kind of like a utopia, and they have to like keep taking this drug, but like one of the friends of the main guy is like, I don't know, man. I don't think we should be taking these anymore. Then he gets killed, and then he's like, he's following the motions until he's like, what if maybe I do stop taking these drugs? Or something like that. Maybe it's not 1984. Maybe it's some completely different movie. Maybe Thermostat went wonky? Maybe. Logan's Run? I have to look this up. Maybe I am mixing it up with something else. I'm bad with movie titles, so. Logan's Run. Oh. We have not watched Logan's Run. Whoa. What the? I'm just seeing like an image from the movie where they're all like in weird cult-like robes and there's a giant puddle of red stones. Crazy. Oh, a scanner. Hold on. Oh, Equilibrium. It might be Equilibrium. Yeah, it's Equilibrium. Okay, well, it's not 1984. Oh, it has Christian Bale. Keanu Reeves. Didn't even realize. I forgot he was even in that movie. I don't keep track of where like artists have been or like actors have been, like what movies they've been in. I definitely thought it was Keanu Reeves. Maybe because Keanu Reeves is in Matrix and they're just also wearing like cloaks. And they've got guns and Equilibrium. But I'm gonna look up a scanner darkly. Oh! Keanu Reeves is in that movie. It's got like stop motion kind of like animation over that. That's cool. He's just a guy. Brave New World. Wow, there's so many different movies with kind of like similar vibes. Hi, Lau. Welcome in. Thank you for good work. Always like seeing your little puppo. Ah, thanks, honey, for using your Prime. I appreciate it. I love you. What?
You don't appreciate the food that's ready?
I was gonna say thank you also for dinner. Instead of you interrupted me. What a punk. It's married life for you. I paused my sentence because you were talking and I couldn't hear you with my headset. Absolute punk. Is food already done? Oh, okay. Good to know. Domestic squabbles. Just a little. He's a punk. And he delights in it. Delights in it. I was gonna say thanks for dinner. What a punk. I always tell him thank you. Shit ties me to a radiator. Literally the first thing he said is like a collab stream, I think on my channel. He was just like, help me, chat. Help me. I'm stuck to a radiator. Ah. I was like, wow, literally a minute in. Crying for help. 1984. Control people with threats of pain and fear. Brave New World. Control people with pleasure and comfort. Wow. pain and fear. That sounds something similar. I was listening to something. Man. It's one of those things where when I consume content, I don't really retain it. If something gives me a message, I write it down, but then and if not, it's just gone. But someone was talking about like something about pain and fear, like trying to control society with pain and fear. We live in a brand new world, in my opinion. Oh no! Cries. You discovered? Did you find that out in an article or something, Wandery? I mean, all people fall short of the glory of God. All you can do is pray for people. That's why, like, when we get trolls sometimes, I'm like, you know, I know you're trying to come in here and, like, just troll us, but, like, it's one of those things where we know the truth. We are set free, and we are free indeed. That you coming in here and trying to mock us doesn't change that we're gonna walk into eternity with God in a place of no, like, darkness, no sadness. Like, we're at a higher bar now that we're, like, saved. We're like, well, not on a higher bar. This is what I'm saying, like, we look down on people, but, like, we're on a level now that, like, if people try to taunt us or, like, troll us, we're just like, we're gonna pray for you, man. Because hopefully the words that you realize you're mocking will be the words that you save your life. Sometimes people come in with Leviticus, I'm just like, you don't even know. You don't even know. But I've gone through Leviticus. I was like, wow. It's a book about the holiness of God. Stretchy time. Stretch. We do live in both. The enemy will just take you however he can get you. That is true. Any foothold the enemy can get, he'll take. Let the hype train take you to the brave new world. Nah, I'm okay. I will politely get off this train now. Oh my gosh! Anon! Thank you for the gifted subs! Thank you for being able to bless other people! Cold Coffee gets a sub! Let's go! Yay! Thank you so much, Anonymous. I appreciate it. Thank you for your kindness and generosity. And Millie and Mighty Cheeto, welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Anon's right into the brave new world. No! I don't know much about it, but I heard The Stand is an interesting story, even if it's by Stephen King. Oh, The Stand. You have a city run by God and one by the devil. That is crazy. I've never heard of this. My housemate just got home, so I'm gonna be heading off for dinner. Have a good night, Melinda. God bless. God bless you too, Zendor. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. We'll probably wrap up here so me and Vice can have dinner. Dinner. And then I'm gonna try out Night Rain. Wow. We'll probably have like community night for Night Rain, so Cariños can carry me while I try to like figure things out. New Stan Lee generally wanted to. Oh, Stan Lee generally wanted to blasphemy God. He wrote about it or something. Oh, what? He wrote about it? That's wild. I wonder what could have been the cause of it. Because I remember when he was like pretty older, he was just being like pushed around and stuff because he was an old man. Old man with the name and money. But I don't know too much about it. But pretty sad. You have The Stand on DVD? The only Stand that I know was something Stand with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's just a sheriff who like stands up for his like tiny town. All of a sudden, like these culprits try to like, I don't know, take a fort down into it or something like that. But he stands his ground. You read the unabridged book. I don't remember being much impressed though. It must be like if you don't remember too much about it, then maybe not. I feel like that's just kind of society as today. The influence of God in some people and the influence of the devil on others. And it's kind of tough. I was trying to think. Maybe it's a train of thought from like yesterday. Hi, Honeyball. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Of like, the devil's just trying to get you to not turn to God in one way or another. You become a new Christian, calamity is going to strike. That way you stop being a new Christian. But the thing about that is that if you are a new Christian, then you know that in this time that this tragedy struck, that this is the time to lean on God. And it's hard because there any kind of opportunity the enemy will use to just get you off track on the one path that saves your life, on distracts you from the one relationship that saves your life. You know, he's trying to work on that. And sometimes we do see that happen. But, you know, we got to put our faith in what God's promises actually say versus what we want God to do. That's how, like, one example we had, like, a guy, he had gone to church and stuff, and he was just praying to God to save his dad. And then his dad passed away in the hospital. And he was like, God, why did you do that? Like, why did you let that happen? And blah, 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 blah. But, like, in reality, like, and, like, his dad was a believer. And he's just like, thank God that my dad is a believer. And I know where he's going, you know? And he's free from suffering. But sometimes we can get really clouded, and the enemy will always love to be there when calamity strikes. Because then he's like, ha 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 ha. But now we gotta punch him. We gotta punch him with hope and create calamity upon him. And not turn away. That way, I think a good example was like Sir Derpy was talking about, like how he became a new Christian, or became a Christian, and then his uncle died later that year, pretty close, and it feels like, oh, that feels like the pushback of like, oh, well, why did this happen? But he didn't let that be the pushback, because he's just like, I guess I was thinking about it today, because I can't remember what happens after that. I don't remember if his uncle was a believer or not. But like, as a new Christian and your uncle dies, you don't know where they stand in their faith. But now that you've been saved, you can like talk to your family, pray for your family. That way, if anything ever happens again to another family member, that you can pray for them, hope that they've been saved too. I don't know, it just opens your eyes to the importance of like, I gotta cling on to God no matter what happens. Even if Satan tries to use bad things, we know that God will take things of evil and make them for good. Kind of like how I was saying in the beginning of the stream, like this one woman was saying like, God didn't burn my house, but he redeemed it. You know, stuff happens in the world and God didn't cause it, but he redeems it. And I thought that was pretty powerful. A tea party today. Yeah, tea party today. I was just too tired to kickflip evil and puzzles. That movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger was in a Western, that was kind of goofy. Yeah, but it was fine. It's one of my favorites because it's just so like it's just different for him. And I like that they're just like this little group trying to defend their town from these like almost terrorists. It's pretty good. Seems to be hearsay based on Marvel's DC War on God, Stan Lee, God, and the Devil from some Christian website and video makers. Can't say if it's true since there could be the same types of people that say Pokemon is demonic, and C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien are also doing ungodly things with their writing. Interesting. I mean, that's true. That's why you can't like just, if you hear a title, you see a thing, you really gotta get on the basis of what's really reality. Because a lot of people can say a lot of stuff. You can kind of find like one thing and then it's like fine. Or like make it look true. Hi, Jason. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Well, Discord link. Let's go. I'm gonna take off my glasses. My eyes. Whoa. Hold on, give me 1 second. With the timeout people on YouTube. There we go. The sad thing about YouTube is we get some good people that come in to hang out. That's why we can't have any Discord things or points or anything. Yeah. You can't ban on YouTube, but I usually just like put people in like timeout. There we go. Don't worry, if he was on Twitch side, we kickflip. Crazy. I don't know. That's just the reality of life, that people will live in misery. And even if you're sharing things of great light to help them grow in their lives, they rather just say tomfoolery and live in their misery. But you know, we keep praying for them. Because there is hope for our enemies. And there is hope for a turnaround, too. Yeah, you can't ban on YouTube, which is so strange. You can, like, kind of keep people from finding your channel. Kind of. I know I had to do that at least once. For, like, this one guy who the Lord truly needs the help. Or he just needs help in general. Where he, like, gets banned in so many people's streams. Because he's just a character. That's kind of crazy that a lot of streamers across the board just know who this man is. It's wild. And he like found the YouTube and had to like kind of ban him from the channel or something like that. I kind of figured it out because it's just like kind of sucky that you can't do that for YouTube. I feel like maybe it's because YouTube usually has a lot of people on it, but then you can't keep track of banning or something. But like Twitch also has a lot of people. People have like thousands of subscribers or like followers, and they can still like ban. So I don't know. Maybe it's just not on their technology. Kind of weird though. But let's read our daily devotion today, and then call it a wrap for real. So we can go eat dinner. Well, I'm gonna go eat dinner. I know Arachnid said he would be back because he's gonna shower, but I don't know if he's gonna come back in time. Alright. Today's verse of the day is the purpose-filled heart of God. We know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are the called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28. You need to make dinner? That sounds good. Yeah, streaming was relatively new on YouTube. Kind of an afterthought. You know what? That's a good point, Crypty. I forgot. YouTube was only like... Oh, it's already like done. Streaming is now like a new thing. I forgot about that. God has a plan for your life. A plan that is near and dear to his heart. If you genuinely seek to fulfill God's plan for your life, then you must make decisions that are pleasing to him. The most important decision of your life is, of course, your commitment to accept God's Son as your personal Lord and Savior. And once your total destiny is secured, you will undoubtedly ask yourself the question, what now, Lord? If you earnestly seek God's will, you will find it. In time. Life is best lived on purpose. And purpose, like everything else in the universe, begins in the heart of God. Whether you realize it or not, God has a direction for your life, a divine calling, a path along which he intends to lead you. When you welcome God into your heart and establish a genuine relationship with him, he will begin and he will continue to make his purposes known. Sometimes God's intentions will be clear to you. Other times, God's plan will seem uncertain at best. But even on those difficult days when you are unsure which way to turn, you must never lose sight of these overriding facts. God created you for a reason. He has important work for you to do, and is waiting patiently for you to do it. So why not begin today? Dear Lord, let your purposes be my purposes. Let your priorities be my priorities. Let your will be my will. Let your word be my guide. And let me grow in faith and in wisdom today and in every day. In Jesus' name, amen. Yay! Hi, David. Hi, Simshine. Welcome in. I hope we're both doing well today. Thank you for good work, David. We're actually wrapping up here. I'll close this out in prayer. And then, let me see who's on right now. So many people are doing stuff today. Oh, Yufa! Hi, Yufa! Welcome in. I hope you're doing well today. Thank you so much for helping me in Minecraft. That was so kind of you. That was so awesome. Welcome in. We're wrapping up. But you're just in time for prayer. Let's see, I'm seeing what's... It's kind of funny to just have friends who are on VTubers. I'm like, well, their faces. Their faces. Hi, Trog. Welcome in. I hope we're doing well today. Yeah, there's a lot of people on right now. I'm trying to see what people doing. Oh, Jackal's doing Minecraft. That guy is moving to Japan. I think that's still what he's doing. He's moving to Japan to do ministry. So that's pretty awesome. He's going where the Lord calls him. So let's go say hello. Raid Kaori for funsies. I did think about it. I'm not sure if her raids are on or are off. So I know sometimes she'll have them on and sometimes she'll have them off. So I'm not 100% sure. I would love to have a stream with Kaori. I don't know. I just want to like pray with her. Even if it's just like a call. I think that'd be cool. Well, we can give it a try. We can raid Kaori. And then if it doesn't work, then we'll just we'll go to like Jackal. She's playing Claire Obscure. She's just in the boss fight, so I feel like it's not too much spoilers. Alright, let's close in prayer. You want to pet the boar? That's you, Trog! You are this bird. You're usually not this small, but I zoomed in, so now you're this small. You're a Carino. You're a golden dove filled with hope. That's you. You're a cute little guy.
You're a chicken she's gonna fry.
What's that? Oh. My husband's saying you're chicken I'm gonna fry. No, I'm not. Why are you telling chat these lies?
She cooked the companion cube. You're no different.
He's never gonna let me go. He's never gonna let that go. Oh gosh. That's so funny. I mean, I think it would be a funny emote though, having the cariño as like a fried chicken called cooked.
It's pretty funny. Nobody calls me chicken. Yeah, you're a dove. You're no chicken. You're lazy, laser beaming darkness. No chicken here. Yeah, like that. Are you marrying fly? Oh no, it looks like a fried chicken. Yeah, basically like that, but a lot more cute. Alright, let's close out in prayer. Our Heavenly Father, thank you for this blessed day. Just thank you for giving us a comfy day, being able to recharge, just hang out. I just pray that as we continue to go into the week, that you help sustain us, keep us in strength, and just be able to finish the week out. And I just pray, Lord, that you keep Vice and I safe in our upcoming travels for Friday through Sunday, that we have a blessed time to the place that we're going, and that we be able to film a lot of content for the cariños, be able to show that to them. So just pray that you bless our time there, that it be fruitful, that you keep us safe, and that you just keep everyone safe in their travels. We give you thanks, Lord, for keeping Rabbit safe in his travels and really helping him out. I just pray that you keep his car protected in the snow and anyone else's vehicle that may be facing dangerous weathers or different climates, that you just keep them safe in their environments, but also just keep us all safe, Lord, that we may be able to make it home safely and get to wherever we need to safely. And Lord, I just pray that if anyone here in chat needs help fighting against anxiety, fighting against negative dark things, that you help them, Lord, to be able to overcome them, not by their own human strength, but by your strength, Lord. Help us in the areas in our lives that we find such obstacles, and that you help us walk out in the victory that you've already won for us. You know, like, who could really be against us if you've already won our battles, Lord? We just gotta trust you, and so I just pray that we be able to hand those battles over to you and hand over those situations when they strike. And Lord, I just pray over Captain Sammy and anyone else who's also just looking to seek and receive a better discipline and better motivation to strive for the goals and dreams that we want to aim for this year. I just pray that you just help us to be able to choose and be more disciplined, to stick to the things that are better for us, that edify us, that help our bodies, that help our temples, and just help us to keep one another motivated. You know, sometimes life gets really tiring or things get hard, and sometimes it feels like tension trying to put something new into our lives. But Lord, once we get over that hurdle, boy howdy, does that feel so much better, implementing better habits, and we can see little by little how these things start to stack up. So I just pray that you help us to be able to lead this new year with your steps, Lord, with your guidance, and with your mighty strength, and your guidance and wisdom, Lord, truly your wisdom and knowledge to help us to be able to figure out realistic ways to strive for our goals and for our dreams. And Lord, just for you to help us to be able to keep our eyes right on you and on the right things in life. And I also pray, Lord, for that person who came into our stream, just kind of putting random, words. I just pray that you help them wherever they are, whatever they're facing in their life. May light shine in their darkness so they can see you, Lord, and find you in their timing. And then anyone else lurking, I just pray over you as well. If you've been feeling kind of in limbo, you don't know where you believe, or if you've just been feeling really lost, know that you can be found in the Lord of Jesus Christ, and that you have been here for a reason. And I just pray over you that the Lord be able to meet you where you're at, because he will always meet you where you're at. And if you're feeling lost, the Lord is the one who goes after the sheep that are lost. So, you're not too far gone to be saved, not too far gone for the Lord. These are the people that Jesus loves, and he loves you. So I just pray that the Lord be able to reach you in your eyes and your ears, and that you be able to see his goodness and hear his love for you, and be able to be led to ask questions or join groups, you know, just small steps, honestly, little by little. The Lord never breaks into anyone's heart. He is patient and he is kind and he is respectful, you know. You only go into your heart if you let him in. And if you're ever curious about God and questions, the Lord is always a prayer away to answer. You know, if you reach out to the Lord reaches out back to you. And so I just pray, Lord, that you just keep us safe and guarded, and our hearts and minds and spirits as we go through the week. May we cast more light upon others than being influenced by darkness from others. And may we keep our faith strong in you, Lord, even when the storm is tussling us around. May we grip onto you so the enemy can't have a foothold. And may we keep turning to you when we are fighting temptations and feeling like we're losing a battle. May we keep just turning to you, Lord, so you can turn things around. For you are a way maker, Lord. And so we give you our praise, our Lord, and our love, and give you all the glory, Lord. And I pray all these things in your mighty name, Jesus. Amen. Hooray! Alright, let's go raid Kaori, because I know she's back at it again. Or back on some streams, so maybe this would be a good way to be able to maybe like talk to her on Twitter, be like, hey, she'd like to come on for a godly stream, godly yap stream. That'd be cool. Maybe like Bible study or something. Maybe playing some games. Mayhaps. Hi, Arachnid. We're heading out though, but I'm glad that you feel squeaky clean. I need to go take a shower too. I gotta go eat dinner and I gotta shower. But thank you all for being here today. Remember that hope is on your side and hope is alive always in Jesus Christ. Whenever you fear, remember that the Lord is near. He is there to help you. He is a shield. He is our safe place. He's our firm foundation. The Lord is many things. So we're pretty well taken care of. We just gotta trust in him, lean onto him, and rely on God. This is the year we stop relying on ourselves way too much and keep relying on God. So thank you everyone for hanging out. We probably won't stream for the rest of the week, mostly because I'll be at work in person. And then me and Vice will be traveling on Friday through Sunday. For sure. You can say that again. So true, Crypty. Time to lean on the Lord. So let's hit Kaori with a hope raid. You can use the emotes if you got them. And if you don't, you can just say hope raid. Alright everyone, I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.